Welcome to the Nurse Edu Network. My name is Janae, and in this video series I will review the Certified Nurse Educator exam. In this first video, I will review the certification process for the exam. I have been working on my Master's in Nursing Education, and I'm prepping for the exam. I'm creating this course to not only help myself prepare, but others that are wanting to become certified. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to describe the benefits of certification, understand the eligibility requirements, identify ways to prepare for the exam, and understand the testing process. There are multiple reasons to get certified, such as professionalism. Another benefit of certification is establishing nursing education as a specialty, and it demonstrates your expertise in the role. Certification also demonstrates that standards of excellence are being met. Many colleges and universities require nurse educators to become certified to become employed there. If you do not have any experience teaching, this certification can be beneficial in showing that you are prepared to be a nurse educator. To be eligible for the CNE exam, there are two different eligibility options. You must have an unencumbered nursing license and a master's or doctoral degree in nursing with an emphasis in nursing education. Other options for education is a postmaster's certificate in nursing education. The last option is 9 or more credit hours at the graduate level in nursing education. The CNE Candidate Handbook has examples of courses that would meet the requirements. The second option for eligibility is option B. You must have an unencumbered nursing license and a master's or doctoral degree in nursing. For this option, you do not need any graduate level courses in nursing education. Instead, you can use your experience as a nurse educator. You must have 2 or more years of employment in a nursing program within the last 5 years. It is very important to be completely prepared for the CNE exam because it is expensive. The cost of taking the exam is $400 if you're a member of the National League of Nursing. If you are not a member, then it will cost $500. If you end up having to retake the exam, the cost is the same. The exam is a computer-based test. You have 3 hours to complete the exam, and it consists of 150 questions. 130 of those questions are graded, and 20 are ungraded pre-tested questions. All questions are multiple choice with 4 options, and the purpose of this test is to evaluate recall, application, and analysis. The exam is organized into 8 different domains. The 8 domains are listed on the slide. In bold, I have listed the number of questions that come from each domain on the exam. There is an in-depth breakdown of each domain in the CNE Candidate Handbook. There are also subcategories for each domain. As you can see, most of the exam will focus on facilitating learning, so it is important to focus on this area when studying the exam. As I go through this review course, I will be using this blueprint to organize my content. The exam is graded using the Angoff technique. Each question on the exam is evaluated to determine the score to evaluate if the applicant displays sufficient knowledge. The passing score can vary by the exam form. This is not an easy exam and requires adequate prep. The passing rate for 2023 was only 64%. If you do not pass the exam, you can retake it every 90 days. The CNE Candidate Handbook has a list of several references that you can use when you are studying. To best prepare for the exam, it is recommended to use the Certified Nurse Educator Review Book by Caputi. I have a picture of the cover of the textbook on the slide. This should not be your only resource for the exam. The exam includes 8 core competencies. This review book devotes a whole chapter to each of the domains. This book is made to follow the blueprint of the exam. The National League of Nursing also has a practice self-assessment exam. It includes 65 questions and is available on their website. For this course, I will be using other reference materials as well. The process of obtaining the CNE can be challenging and requires months of prep. It is important to review the CNE candidate handbook to ensure you understand the exam process and meet the eligibility requirements. Many colleges and universities are requiring nurse educators to be certified. If you are a newer nurse educator looking for your first job, this may be a great opportunity to show your expertise as a nurse educator. I will be going over the content of all 8 domains and subcategories over the next few months. Please subscribe so you do not miss on any of the new content. I would highly recommend that anybody preparing for this exam go to the National League of Nursing website and review the CNE Candidate Handbook and purchase the review book by Caputi. I have listed both of them as references on this slide.